Okay, the cast list has been posted.
Previously on Frozen Defrosted.
Airplane mode, so I won't find out through text. But here is me filming my reaction to the cast list. I'm like mighty nervous. I'm gonna throw up.
Here we go. Cast list just got released. Here we go. Here we go. Viewing for the first time. No cursing, Julia.
Whoa. You're kidding.
Kristoff, Jack Bach. Oh my god. Oh my god. Elsa, Ella Stason.
I got cast as Elsa. I didn't think it was real. I had to keep checking it over and over again. Like I literally must have gone back to the cast list like 20 times because I was like, this time it's gonna be different. Like this isn't right.
And it's recording. Awesome. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, it's time.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it up.
I think my book.
Bar.
I opened the cast list with my mom. We were both very excited. I was thrilled to be cast as Hans. I knew that it was an incredible opportunity, and I knew I was gonna have a lot of fun with the role.
Congratulations! Oh, that's awesome, babe. You are gonna kill it.
I didn't get it. I'm the head of Sven. I'm Sven. It's okay. It's a little disappointing. No, it'll be fun.
I was cast as the back of Sven. When I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh. I was so surprised. But like when it came out, I was with my friend Michelle, and we were just kind of like talking about it and stuff. And I saw it immediately, and I was so surprised and honestly kind of excited. Some of my relatives haven't really seen the show, so they're like, wait, you're the butt of the reindeer? Isn't that like a terrible position? But like, I've been talking about like the puppetry and the costume, and I'm really excited for everything to just come together.
The directors chose to have full understudies for the show. The infamous sisters will be understudied by Elena Drolet and McKenna Kelsey.
I was cast as Elsa's understudy, and then I'm also in the ensemble and a dancer. I was really excited and also a little bit relieved because this is my first North Penn show, so I get to dip my toe in with a little bit of Elsa and a little bit of like the ensemble stuff, and I still get to have fun with my friends.
I am Anna's understudy and in the Snow Dancer ensemble. I knew I had a lot of work ahead of me because I was going to have to be ready to play the part and also learn all of my ensemble stuff at the same time. So I was just like, oh geez, now I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
Along with the aforementioned featured roles, many others were happy to receive a notable part. Work on North Penn's production of Frozen started with a staff production meeting to plan out the direction the show would take.
We're talking about here in the district having each school be part of a contest about what does love as an open door mean to you. We will be getting things from kids in media, in music, in writing, and any way they want to express what love as an open door means to them is sort of the broad parameters of this thing. I did commit to giving away 900 tickets to our show, which is one of the reasons I'm really glad that we have a second weekend, and that was one of my arguments, and they would be in the first weekend, okay? And predominantly, possibly the balcony during the Gold Card Show, with bringing some of our kids in who maybe win the contest or do exemplary work in the contest. We've also talked about like a clock countdown to when tickets go on sale. So we're looking for tickets to be released to the company around March 13th and the general public about March 15th. And I think there's a strong possibility we will be sold out before we even open. I think there's a possibility there. I know in March, we have to make sure by March everybody knows Let It Go, the ending of Act 1, because they're going to make one of those composite online Zoom things of all of the schools and everybody doing a big thing. We are looking very strongly at the possibility of understudies for the show. Full understudies. The understudies would not be guaranteed a performance. It would be truly as need basis. Yes.
Would I be running rehearsals with understudies?
With the production manager be running rehearsals? I don't know yet, Lisa.
Like, I'm so glad that Miss Roney allows me to be a part of those meetings, because she knows that if I'm going to be calling the show, like if she's basically handing over the performances to me, I have to know what's going on from like day one. So it's really cool I feel like I'm like in a little, like the in circle, the in crowd. And it's just really cool to be in the room with all the other staff that control this show. And I get to see some really cool stuff.
That's a very good question. That's something we thought about. Triangular shape is really something that I think, and when you look at a lot of the embroidery and the folk art, triangles are used a lot in there. You find triangles in there a lot. So, and we really have this triangular, like we have the triangular relationship between Anna, Hans, and Christoph. We have the triangular relationship between Anna, Elsa, and kind of Olaf is in there, or Christoph is up. The workings of the characters work in triangles too. The Periactoids, and we're either going to have to come up with another name for them, like dinosaurs for Noah, or we're going to, like spikes. For spikes? Oh, I don't like spikes. That's not romantic enough. Spires, something like that. The spires. It'll come. The spike's lost. So it'll come as we go through. But I think that the other thing is that, and in talking, and Noah talking about lights, we need places for projection to happen, to make storms happen, to make ice happen, to all that sort of thing. So the spires, the spikes, the Periactoids provide us with those spaces.
After the cast list was released, cast prepared for their first rehearsal, the read-through. Scripts were handed out to the entire company, and the stage manager, Risa Frost, and assistant to the directors, Layla Perkins, read the stage directions.
23. Elena, 24.
Once there was a family, beloved by all, a king, a queen, 2 princesses, and the story starts when they were small.
Young Elsa throws her magic at the bed. Young Anna is struck in the head. She collapses, unconscious. Young Elsa stands in shock.
First time in forever.
Nothing's in my way.
Today.
Beautiful.
Queen Elsa of Italy.
Forgot what a party felt like. Yeah, it's warmer than I remember. And what is that amazing smell? Chocolate.
Let me tempt you with my tango.
Elsa clasps her gloved hands together, clearly not wanting to say yes.
Thank you, but I don't dance.
Excuse me?
Love is an open door.
Love is an open door. Love is an open door.
With you.
With you.
With you?
With you.
Love's an open door.
Anna and Hans feel more than just their romantic feelings grow. As they dance, things get more and more sensual.
The read-through was cool. We got to actually start to see it, and hear it a little bit because, before that it's just words on a page, but once you start hearing people's voices and their intonations, it's really interesting.
So much more.
With you.
With you.
With you.
With you.
Love's an open
door. All right. I wouldn't go that way if I were you. Or that way. What do you think, Sven? Well, Christoph, I think she's gonna die on her own.
The read-through was so much fun. I had some back pain because I was up against the stage for a little while. But other than that, it was super excited to hear all the voices for the first time. And it made me even more excited for the blocking and the dancing and the singing that was to come. Not that I dance a lot, but. No, I'm kidding.
Christoph and Anna slowly turn their heads to see Olaf, standing between them, frozen still.
Was that there a minute ago?
Shh! We're supposed to be listening.
Okay, let's start this thing over. Hi everyone, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs. Daddy. The hot and the cold are both so intense. Put them together, it just makes sense.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. Let it go.
I was so embarrassed. After the read-through, I was like, this should not be me, but it's gotten better since then.
Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
As Sven, I personally don't have lines, so I was off book right away.
Let's have
Another.
What was that? The read-through was great. It was good seeing all of the characters interact.
True love can save me.
A true love's kiss.
Anna nods, goes in for the kiss, but instead, Han stands, looks down at her.
Princess Anna is dead.
Oh my god!
She was killed by Queen Elsa.
Anna? Elsa? Are you okay?
Am I okay? Oh, Anna, you sacrificed yourself for me.
I love you.
Before everyone went home, production manager Noah Golden teased just a bit of the magic to come. The first song for the Frozen cast to learn was the opening number, as they had to prepare for their performance at North Penn's annual Broadway Cares Gala.
Your same position on the other side.
All right, ready? Everybody's arms are up. 1, 2, ready, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, center, right, 2, 3.
It was really fun. I'm glad that we did the opening number because I think it was a really good way to show the audience what the show is like, and also we got to have everybody in the cast be a part of it, so it was really cool. And I just got to hang out with the cast for the first time, and
Always be together, you and me.
2, you're going to start to lower your hands. 3, your hands are down. So it should all go like.
I could cover this whole place in snow. I'm not supposed to know. Yeah, I can just do it anyway. That's what I'm talking about. You really wanna build a snowman? You know I do. We'll stay up late and build that snowman. Me and you. Once there was a family with secrets to keep.
So I think that the Frozen cast did very well at Broadway Cares. It was stressful for me because I was part of the running the whole night, and then I had to go on stage for Frozen, so I was really nervous about that the whole time. The only one issue I think we had at BCFA was that the maypoles weren't the actual maypoles we were using for the real show. So it was just that was the only issue. I think everything else went really smoothly from what I heard from the audience. Everyone said that the vocals sounded beautiful and that like the lights were perfect and everything. So I think it went very smoothly.
The next song on the agenda was the finale, which some of the cast would perform with selected students from the cast of the New Jersey and Delaware productions.
Press conference for different press in the city. We talked about Frozen, what it was like being the first school in the state to perform the show. It was just a really great day of mingling and talking to other schools and getting inspiration for our show that's going to open in 2 months.
Hello from North Penn High School. Let it go.
One of the parents from Delaware School, Mount Pleasant, reached out and said, we're on the Delaware Valley, let's do something with this. And thankfully Disney, MTI, Educational Theater Association, everybody got on board.
We are the licensing company for Disney Theatricals. We license all the Disney properties.
Let the sun shine on.
You guys are going to be doing Frozen before anyone. So take that in. Take a moment to enjoy it.
Theater folk hit it off. We speak a language, we have an understanding, and it's sort of an immediate recognition of each other.
This is my first time meeting everyone, and everyone's so friendly and nice, and everyone seems like really close with each other too, which is just great to see.
It's like a big frenzy of Frozen, so it's really nice getting to know everybody.
If nothing else comes from this, the fact that these 45 students got to come together and get to know each other and know about their productions and share their experiences, I think is just wonderful.
Welcome to the United States of Frozen family.
I did not realize the original Frozen movie, it's been almost 10 years. So you've literally grown up with Frozen, and now the stage musical, it's in your hands, and I cannot wait to see what you do with it.
So can I have
Students jumped into learning the blocking, choreography, and music for the show in chunks, slowly piecing the scenes together.
Trees. I see them sitting in the cafeteria. We can use some people who are not. I don't.
Oh,
I
hey,
can be
trees.
a tree.
I think when you come in here, though, you should be nibbling on a tree. So you're nibbling on a tree. All right. So
we got lovely trees.
Process for blocking scenes, it's a collaboration because Mrs. Buckner is the co-director and choreographer, and I'm the co-director of the show. So years ago when we began this collaboration, 18 years ago, when I took over this job, she's been here for quite a few years before that, we decided that she would take the musical numbers and I would take the acting scenes. And what we discovered is we really saw plays the same way, and it was true. I had always ended the scene or started the scene after the song in exactly the same place where she had ended or begun the choreography. And it was this sort of moment where we went, and for 18 years we finished each other's sentences, we've had similar ideas.
that might be fun if you come over and you're looking at the carrot nose. and then you sense the reindeer.
Yes, I know it.
You sense the reindeer behind you and you go like, where did that come from? All right, and that gives you an opportunity to be like, pet the reindeer.
Was that there a minute ago?
I think the reindeer needs to make a sound.
Right. I'll work on it.
I think I know what we do is we always look at very carefully at what is the story we're telling. What is the arc of the characters? What are the motivations and the actions of the characters? And then we work very closely with our actors. There are times when it's a very big scene or it's a very big piece of choreography where we write things down. Sometimes we're just painting with the people, with ideas we have in mind, and then we see what the actors bring to the scene. At this point, the process is so ingrained in us and we work so well together that it's very seamless.
Hi everyone, I'm Olaf and I like warm hugs. Olaf?
Rehearsal has been so fun. It's been so fun to just come and see a bunch of my friends like almost every night.
Okay. Mrs. Buckner has something to say. Well, because a real animal, you would really more want to, if he's being annoying, you would more want to take him like this and walk him around and get him out of the way. Put him back on the tree, nibble the tree. Exactly. Right? Nibble the tree.
Lovely way he walks.
Or the pear shapes where she's nearness of his feet.
My thought process on Deb Buckner and her choreographer is she's the best choreographer I've ever worked with. She is an amazing storyteller. She is absolutely right on about what the story is we're telling and the characters and motivations. And she really knows how to take movement and make high school kids look good, whether they're dancers or not. And she's very good at pushing the envelope, where she suddenly realizes that maybe all of you can go a little farther in what you're doing. The high school kids can go a little farther. We can challenge you a little bit more. Or, on the converse side, kind of pulling it back if it looks like it's too challenging, or there's a time factor and other things that we need to also get done and completed and polished.
Yeah. Okay, can we backtrack, please? Here we go.
So being dance captain for Frozen was really exciting because I got to work with not only Mrs. Buckner but Mrs. Pierre as well, and they were always so supportive of us, and it was just nice to be able to be responsible for like trying to help people get moves that they might not have known or been too scared to ask about. So I tried to be very approachable to ask questions. It was just nice getting to know everyone because I feel like I got to know people better from being dance captain that I wouldn't have without that.
She had already done a lot of research into the area, and then we found more research suggested to us by Disney. And she really took with it and ran, and she was the idea for the hexagons, the snowflakes, to add some movement into Let It Go. It's kind of this, we wanted to get that sense of movement that animation can give to the piece, that especially since we decided not to go with projections. So the hexagons provided that, and then she came back to me and said, what if we use those for the end of the show when we get into the whole swirling of the storm and everything, colder by the minute? And I said, I think that would be great.
I think the Hans that I was playing at the very beginning of rehearsals is a very different Hans from the one that I'm playing right now.
Princess Anna.
She was killed by Queen Elsa. I charged Queen Elsa of Arendelle with treason and sentenced her to death.
We put together some dramaturgy and some given circumstances on my character, and I think it's really coming along. At every rehearsal, I feel like there's always a lot of development, and that's really cool to see.
Keep walking on, don't stop, don't rest. He's out here somewhere. I can feel the ice in my chest, in my heart. I don't care. I've got to reach you through the storm somehow, because the one thing that can save me now is your love, true love. Colder by the minute, colder by the minute. Can't stop, can't breathe, can't live, and I can't die. Can't hope to fix this mess, yet somehow still I have to try.
Working closely with Nora, Jamie, and Ella has just made me hate them more. They're really annoying, and I can't wait to graduate. Just kidding. No, I love them. Jamie, Nora, and Ella crack me up like an insane amount. It's so much fun, and I love them very much.
The one day that we were rehearsing Colder by the Minute full out, when I was trying to turn the hexagon with the partner I was in charge of the hexagon with, Amanda, it got stuck and just completely went over my foot. So everyone stopped, everyone was looking at me, I started crying. And it wasn't even because it hurt, it was because I was just so frustrated because that wheel kept getting stuck and I just wanted everything to be perfect, but it was not. So for the next couple of days I had to be very careful with how I was walking and the shoes I was wearing, but after about a week I was good.
You can't run from this. Where is my sister? Where is Anna? She returned from the mountains weak and cold. You froze her heart. I tried to save her, but it was too late. Her skin was ice. Her hair turned white. Your sister is dead because of you.
Stop! Thank you. Wow!
Couple things. Altos, really good job bringing out that melody. Don't forget there's no breath from 118 to 119. And watch your, don't add any extra notes that aren't there. All right, can we do that again at 105? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we stand in the light of...
Rehearsals have been very, very fun. I'm having a blast at all times. Singing wise, I feel like I'm in a good spot, especially What Do You Know About Love and Christoph's Lullaby. I feel really good about those. And the whole cast is very supportive in rehearsals, so it makes rehearsals a lot easier to go to.
Yeah, awesome. Let's go back to something else that we need to know really soon.
Opening!
Yes, please.
Brennan Ware. I am in 4th grade. I got young Anna.
My name is Jana Bogdanowska, and I'm in 5th grade. I am playing the role of young Elsa.
I'm Jocelyn Lee, and I'm in 4th grade. I'm playing young Anna. My name is Isabella Irie, but you can call me Bella, and I am playing young Elsa. My first reaction was really surprised, and I ran around the house screaming.
My reaction when I first found out was really exciting, and I was just jumping all over the place. I was just so excited that I got it because this is my first ever Broadway musical.
My reaction was oh my goodness, because I had I was oh, I'm just gonna try, no, I'm not gonna get it, and then I get the call back. I'm like, oh my goodness, out of all the schools, and they picked me for the callback, and young Anna now. Getting young Elsa, it's been really cool. I was really excited when I got in. I was like, how can I, from all the 13 elementary schools, me get chosen? What are the odds? I just got so surprised.
Together we can keep the storm at bay. Once there was a family with secrets to keep, as rulers in a land where respect for the crown runs deep.
Rehearsals are going well.
It's going really good and exciting.
Princesses and watch them.
My experience has been really great. I've met so many kind people, and it's just, overall, it's amazing.
Leading the high schoolers has been exciting and fun. They're all friendly and very funny. Oh my gosh, the little kids are so adorable and so incredibly talented. So the run-through was a lot of fun, getting to see them up on the stage.
And you're exiting stage. You guys are leaving, ensemble? And you guys are up top?
The process has been just so, so incredible. I love to see what's going on, and then, it's just so extraordinary.
Oh my gosh, I love the littles. They're so professional and well behaved, and they're just always on time, and they're very ready to work, and they don't get distracted like the high schoolers do. So I really love working with the littles, and they're adorable, and I think they like me. So.
Just us. We're supposed to be sleeping. We're supposed to be building a snowman. Please. The sky is awake, so I'm awake, so we have to play. Okay. Feeling? Yes! Snowman, snowman, snowman. Help her just run around. All right, done running, now helping. You know, there's a recipe to making a proper snowman. Really? Uh-huh. Proper snowman. Really? A little bit of me, a part that loves to dream, a part that swings from a tree. A little like me, a little like you. A part that's nice, a part that's naughty too. A loyal friend who is there no matter what. Round belly and a big bouncy butt. You'll love warm hugs and the bright sunlight, and you'll really love the summer, but he'll melt. Yeah, you're right. So we'll build him back together. Yes, together, that's the key. 'Cause he's a little bit of you and me.
This has made me really excited to come to the high school, because now I know that there's also theater, and then I can do this when I'm older as well.
Okay, time for bed. No, time for magic, please and thank you. Anna, you know I'm not supposed to even be doing this. But your magic is the most beautiful, wonderful, perfect thing in the whole wide world. Do you really think so? Yes, so do it please before I burst my inside to outside. Okay, don't burst. A little bit of you, a little bit of me. You do the magic and I get to see. A little bit of fun in the middle of the night. A little magic and it all takes flight. La 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 la. This is so amazing. A little bit of you, magic, magic, do it, Elsa, do it more. Me, little bit of you, little bit of me, yippee.
And the little kids are so cute. I love them. They're adorable. They're so talented and amazing. Almost immediately after the show was cast, the costume crew was assembled to plan out the reimagined look the directors were envisioning.
From the animated film or the Broadway musical, Grow Out of Your Head. We're not doing anything in that style, okay? There's a couple reasons for that. One, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to imitate what they did. Not that you can't do a similar style and do it your own way, but we like to do things our own way.
I'm up for designing wise. I suggested that we have something that the girls can because a lot of them are fast changes because they go back and forth. If they could just slide their arms into something
that just would Velcro, maybe 3 Velcros, and it's open. But it needs to be something that has some kind of.
For sand.
No,
Those
I'm
for snow.
I'm
Those
in the
for-
snow.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
For the
We were
sand,
talking about
I'm up for, we had talked about this, and again, it doesn't belong in there, but I'd be all right with doing an old-fashioned bathing suit.
Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer.
So I don't know if anybody has any ideas for the snow, but to me, it needs to be, they are not people. Unlike this, when they're in the sand, and they are his backup group, they're people
Right,
that,
okay,
that
good.
are with him in his vision.
Yeah.
But with and we talked this through with Noah with special effects. It's really important that the snow don't look like people. I really don't want them to look like people. Each one of them I think should be different, just like snowflakes are different. So I would love if we could pick up the violet or the lavenders or the pale blues or
Different blues
some
and
grays
aquas
and
and
like
stuff.
I don't really
Silvers.
need them to all look the same.
If you look upstairs, there are some little dancey things that we used for the very first Midsummer Night's Dream we did years ago. And they were sprayed with some fabric paint to give some texture and things with them. I would love to see that, so it's more abstract. I don't think they should be decorated as anything that's finite, as opposed to the village people and the other characters that have the embroidery and the sense of that period. They should be free-flowing, they should be abstract instead of concrete.
Because that's exactly how we're doing the whole show.
So for the white, for Noah to project one, it has to be a solid white. It can't be chiffon, it can't be.
You have to talk to Noah about that.
I think it would have to be more of a
I
solid.
think he was talking light though, not heavy. We don't want anything that's heavy. He can do a lot with the light.
Okay.
But I think we can, and remember they'll have their body stockings underneath, and theirs should be like a light beige probably. All of them should be a little bit lighter, so that it also, there's nothing bleeding through.
Yeah.
Where's like the oaken thing? It's in there somewhere. Oh wait, no, it's not. Here you go, for the camera. Okay. The first ones are definitely number 1. I'm excited for Anna. Yes. I love her coronation dress. I think it's gorgeous. We're gonna have to rework it a little bit, but something in a similar way should be certain. Yeah, we're not. None of this is like set in stone, but just like medieval Scandinavia. Embroidery. Earth tones, like muslin fabrics. Thanks.
After going through many options to bring the lovable reindeer to life, the directors made the hard decision to rent a costume instead of making one from scratch. The reindeers behind being, well, left behind.
So basically, one day in drama major, we were working on a project. I forget which one specifically, but we were working on a project, and Mrs. Roney said, "Oh, Owen, could you meet me outside for like 10 seconds? You're not in trouble." And then she leads me outside, and she explains that basically the costume that they originally were planning on making, they tried like 5 different prototypes. None of them worked. And so basically, she told me that they were buying a costume, and that it was a one-person costume for Audrey's measurements. And she was like, "How would you feel about being ensemble?" And so I was like, "Sure, why not?" And when I originally got the news, I was a little bit sad, mostly because it was just like 3 months of work and just starting anew. But overall, I tried to go in with a very good mindset, and I think it really worked out.
But, of course, you cannot mention the costumes without showing off Elsa's gorgeous blue dress senior Abby Holmberg made.
No, I'm the one doing the rough. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I think it's.
You might have one that's
It's okay. We'll start with this one.
Just gotta measure out some.
I was just trying to get it lined up.
So right now we're working on the periactoids for Frozen. They're going to be triangles. So we'll have 3 sides per triangle, which will give us 18 different pictures as we turn the periactoids for the show. So we can show 18 different things. I am the technical director, and I have my crew build the sets for the show. Frozen is a very complicated musical. You have to have the sets change rapidly. The cast and crew are wonderful. They're here every day, working very, very hard. If you miss the show, you will be very, very disappointed. I would be most excited about actually seeing it, but I probably won't because I'm going to be backstage. But I'm also excited about watching my crew and how they've learned how to build from the very beginning, from the ground up, and then watching the cast actually learn all their parts. And everyone is so excited about doing this.
Real content.
100%.
Oh my god, I can't find the screw!
So build crew is a very long process, but it was a very fun process as well. We started out from the very beginning just getting a bunch of wood and just building frames and platforms and beds and things like that. And then we slowly started to just assemble them into bigger set pieces. And then eventually we put foam on them and started painting them and made them into the beautiful set that you see now.
It's like one happy family. They all work together, and they don't have to work in the same groups. They change groups, and they work hard, and they're always here on time, and they never quit. And if I was here till 9 o'clock, and they could be here till 9 o'clock, they would stay. I know they have my back, and it's going to be an incredible show.
Yeah, probably. That's what he said. Weird. Oh, weird. Not happening.
I do build and construction, and I am also the assistant stage right manager. Things really start to pick up in the end of April.
Here's your clamp, Katie.
Love these things. Okay. They hold us all together. My experience has been great. I have a really good time here. I have worked on the sleigh, building that. Also, the staircase that's gonna like move in and out from under the set. It's right here. And the handles on those things. How do I describe that? And I put handles on the snowflakes that Elsa stands on for Let It Go. I really like the construction part. Being a stage manager, assistant stage manager, is very fun. And I like getting to hang out with everyone, see everything kind of come together in the end. It's very satisfying.
I can't keep doing this. I can't see it. Please.
Do you guys need help?
We're good, thank you.
You stole one, and then I think I have one in my room.
Where's the stolen?
Wait, so where?
And then 16 from that, again.
I am the stage left stage manager. I started working with crew in 7th grade throughout middle school, and I started here in 10th grade with Much Ado About Nothing and Singing in the Rain. I have been building a little bit of everything, so I cut a lot of the wood for most of the set pieces, and yeah, I put together a little bit of everything. I'm most looking forward to actually putting on the show and moving stuff around, because that's the whole point of what we're doing here today. My experience so far has been amazing. I've met a ton of new people. I mean, it's a good time. It's a lot of time. It's a big time commitment, but in the end, it's very worth it to see like all your hard work pay off.
With the Gold Card show and opening night looming closer, cast and crew entered Tech Week to bridge any gaps remaining in the production.
This one we'll do second. We'll do this one. What you guys doing?
So I am stage right manager. I did crew in 7th grade at the middle school, and then I did cast for 2 years. And then I started back in high school with Radium Girls for crew, and then this is my second show in high school. So I've worked on the periactoids a little bit. I helped Vinny with these wonderful bed frames that I'm sure you can't see, but these wonderful beds. I've done a lot of screwing foam boards into like the bedroom or into Oaken's trading post that'll get painted over eventually. And I did a lot of work on the sleigh, ice carrying thing.
Being the production stage manager this year has definitely had its challenges, but it's something that I honestly wish I could do over and over again.
Do not set your block now, I will call it. I'm going to call that, yeah. All right, we are going to...
But I think I've learned so much as a production stage manager and having this opportunity, learning a lot about leadership and also just communicating effectively with others. It's a lot of collaboration. And Mrs. Roney and Ms. Buckner were very patient with me. I just am very appreciative of them for teaching me so much and allowing me to have a space to grow in this theater community.
Upstage, go back. Okay, yeah guys, careful these branches, like ready to fall out. No pencils falling.
Sound designer is one of my predominant roles. And so what I do for the show is we go through, in conjunction with students, we go through the script, we determine who's in what scene, and then we build out the show to facilitate their mics being on when they need to be and off when they don't need to be. And then in conjunction with that, I also do some housework, like working with the pit and other audio engineers like Noah and Jordan to make the show sound as best as we possibly can. Everybody on the team, including all of the students, are all super vested in the success of the show, and they're excited about the show, which is amazing. It's one of the first shows in a long time where the energy level is just as high as it is, which is incredible. So I'm really excited to see all that come to fruition, and then sort of the attention from the community interest. We're almost sold out, which is phenomenal. We're 2 weeks out from show. Normally, if we're going to sell out, we do it with door sales. I think the camaraderie has been great among the crew, like cast and crew has been phenomenal. And then among the directors, we're all really excited, like I said, to do the show. And I think everybody's working together, they're excited. There's been certain shows where kids are kind of like just hanging around and not doing much, and this show it's like, what can I do, what can I do, what can I do? There's almost more interest in things to do than there are things to do, which is great. So it's been fun.
During the actual shows, I will be back in the booth with Risa doing lights and making sure all of the lights and special effects are working well during the show. So basically, I just have to follow along in my script and follow along with what the actors are doing on stage, and then make sure that I am hitting all of my cues at the right times so that our lights, our snow, our fog, and just other special effects are all going off at the right time when they need to be. Okay, here's a tour of our teching setup for Frozen. So this is our console. This is where we tech all of the lights from. We have our cue list here. This is where all of the cues for the show are lined up so we can just go right through them in the show. These are some of our lights here. These are our groups and things to help us efficiently tech. This is our lovely little console. And then over here I have my script set up and just a lot of other materials that we use to tech throughout the show. With any show, I feel like there's always a lot of stuff getting done last minute. Putting together a show is a really interesting process because like you have your deadline, which is opening night, and everything has to be done by then, no exceptions. You can't just keep pushing stuff off. It has to get done at some point. So, of course, we set off at the beginning of building the set with the expectation to have everything done by opening night. But of course, things happen. Our schedule gets thrown off. We have things pushed back a little bit. We have to focus on other things, and our priorities get rearranged. So now we're at a point where we have very limited time left before the show, and everything just has to be done. So we kind of are all shifting into high gear and just trying to do marathons, having 6, 8, 10-hour rehearsals leading up to the show just to try and get everything done. We have people staying here overnight. Some of our adults working on the show have been here for almost a day at a time, working on getting this show done in time. So it's a really admirable effort from everybody working on the show.
How's it been working with Noah?
Pretty great.
Oh God, I can't even.
That's rude. Take it back. Try again.
Oh my God, I didn't know you were standing there. Oh my. No, actually working with Noah is incredible. He's so nice, so flexible. Yeah, he's great.
So during the show, I live mix. So I use this soundboard over here, and I cosplay as the DJ in a Norwegian club. It's a lot of intuitive listening because actors are not perfect. They're going to mess up. And so I just kind of work around it, make sure I get my cues, make sure they get their cues. I get the privilege of doing this, so why not give it my all, you know?
During the show, I help our lovely sound engineer, Emily, and I basically help read from the script and get cues ready for the mics to go off.
I think I can get them. I know Jamie is 5 and a 4.
I'd say this has been a little difficult, just trying to get like cues on time and trying to make sure we're like the volume for everyone's right and interference and stuff.
All right, so let's see, do we know where that is?
Miking the students and the little girls is something that I wanted to do since like middle school. So seeing myself in retrospect of being in the position I've always wanted to be is insane to me, and the fact that as a student I get to do this, the fact that I get to be in charge of it is crazy. Of course I have adult supervision, but they trust me enough to put me in this position. I think that shadowing Vinny has been a great experience for both of us. I feel like we're both in such a unique position within the show. Like we're not cast and we're not really crew, but we're kind of our own unique kind of category, and it creates such an intimate personal relationship, and it's one that I am so appreciative that I have. And I feel like if it was anybody else, it wouldn't be the same, and it's something I'm very grateful for. There have been students who are sophomores who have come up to me saying the same thing, that they want to shadow me, that they are interested in this kind of thing, and it makes me so glad to see that people see theater as like a cooperative effort instead of just very one-dimensional mechanics.
I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little nervous about opening night.
Of course, with all the work put into this production, the company was anxious to find out if their blood, sweat, and tears were worth it.
Break a leg, break a leg. Into places, let's make some magic.
Each other. What's going to happen
like
is
gymming
after
the
this
camera.
opening, you're going to actually separate.
1, 2, 3 together, clap together, snap together, you and me together, knees together.
I do mic people, yes.
So why the f is your mic wire above your shirt?
My name is Derek Schneider, and you're watching Frozen Defrosted. Bum, bum, ba-dum.